All right, let's dive into something that could totally shake up how we use tech. We're talking about agents.
Uh-huh.
AI that does what you want, not by clicking or tapping,
Right.
but just by, like, talking to it, plain English.
Yeah.
Forget finding the right app for everything.
Yeah.
Agents can be the future of how we work with all our devices.
Absolutely. And what's crazy is we aren't talking about some, like, far-off sci-fi thing here.
Right.
Bill Gates himself, right? Bill Gates
Yeah.
is saying that in the next 5 years, agents
Wow.
could be the big new platform replacing apps completely.
So we've got Bill Gates' blog post and an article from The Information, both talking about this.
That's right.
Get ready, because today we'll figure out, like, what even are agents?
Mm-hmm.
Why should you care?
Yeah.
And what should we watch out for as this unfolds?
Right. So one big difference between agents and apps is how we use them.
Okay.
Right now, you need a separate app for, like, everything.
Go out.
Writing, emailing, booking travel, it's a constant juggle.
Go.
Agents are made to, like, understand us.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them what you want, and they go and do it.
So it's like having a super smart assistant just, like, built right into your computer.
Right. And Gates uses an analogy that really makes sense. Imagine you're like, hey, create an invoice for client X based on our last order, and it just, like, does it.
Oh,
It pulls the info from all your different apps and systems.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is already building this stuff.
Yeah.
The Information article mentions software that can create and send invoices,
Us.
track payments, even follow up with clients, all with, you know, barely lifting a finger.
Right. Like, those annoying tasks just vanish.
Oof.
Gone.
But it's not just about work.
Yeah.
The article also talks about companies building agents that could, like, plan your whole vacation.
No way.
Flights, hotels, dinner reservations, all based on, like, your likes and what you've done before.
Do you imagine?
Just tell your agent where you want to go, and boom, it's handled.
That would be incredible. It's next level convenience.
Well,
What makes agents so powerful is they can work with a ton of different apps.
okay.
They can access and process information from everywhere.
Uh-huh.
It makes them way more versatile than, like, Alexa or Siri,
Oh, for sure.
which are mostly limited to simple things.
Right.
Like, play this song.
Set a timer.
Exactly.
Speaking of how these things work, one company that really caught my eye is Adept.
Oh, yeah, Adept.
They're making what they call an AI teammate. And get this,
Okay.
they're training it by showing it videos of people working on their computers.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's like it learns by watching us,
Yeah.
figures out how we do things, and starts doing them itself.
Imagine an AI that could, like, build a PowerPoint just like you would, or analyze data the same way.
Yeah, or even better.
Right. It's wild.
It could be a total game changer, not just for us, but for software developers, too.
Oh, yeah. How so?
They could use these agents for coding, testing, solving problems,
Yeah.
all sorts of things.
And while we're talking about transforming things, how about the devices themselves?
Yeah.
We're already seeing hints of a post-smartphone world with devices like the Rabbit R1
Yes. The rabbit.
and the AI Pen.
And
These things are fascinating because they're built with AI at their core.
exactly.
It's not about apps. You just talk to them, tell them what you want.
Uh-huh.
It figures out how to do it.
Right.
The Rabbit R1 uses a large action model, or LAM as its OS.
Right. Lamb.
It's like the brain, but instead of running apps, it learns from you and adapts.
We are constantly learning.
So it's like a personalized AI assistant that's always getting better.
yeah, and it gives us a glimpse into a future where we're, like, talking to our tech.
Yeah.
It's more personal, driven by AI.
But like with any powerful technology, we got to talk downsides, right?
Oh, yeah.
As agents get smarter, control becomes a big deal.
Absolutely.
We're giving some of our decision-making power to AI.
Well, right now, Microsoft calls their AI tools co-pilots. Like, the human is still in charge.
Okay.
But as agents evolve, we're talking about autopilot,
Whoa.
where AI is more independent.
That's kind of scary.
It is, and it raises some big questions, like how much control are we okay giving up?
Yeah.
And what happens when AI makes decisions that really affect our lives?
That's a good question.
We're in uncharted territory here. The
Yeah.
convenience agents offer is undeniable.
Oh, for sure.
But we can't just hand over control without thinking about what might happen.
It's like a trade-off, isn't it?
It is.
Convenience versus control.
We need to find the right balance
Yeah,
between making our lives easier and making sure we're still the ones calling the shots.
exactly. Feels like we're entering, like, a whole new world of tech, right?
Yeah.
This idea of agents taking over from apps,
Yeah.
like making our lives easier, planning trips,
Right.
even doing our work for us.
Uh-huh.
It's super exciting, but also makes you wonder, like, where do we fit in all this?
That's the big question, right? As these agents get, like, more and more advanced,
Yeah.
we got to think about what happens if we rely on them too much.
Right, like, could we get so used to agents doing everything that we, like, forget how to do things ourselves?
Yeah.
If an agent's booking my travel, managing my schedule, even writing my emails,
Uh-huh.
what happens to my own, like, planning skills?
It's a valid concern. I mean, they're super convenient,
Oh, for sure.
but we got to be aware of how it might affect us, long term.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
We create these amazing tools to make life easier,
Right.
but then maybe they make it less capable.
It's a tricky balance.
It is.
Yeah.
So what are some things we should, like, watch out for as this tech keeps developing?
Well, one thing is unintended consequences.
Okay.
Like, let's say you have an agent managing your money.
Uh-huh.
It's great at finding deals, making investments.
Right.
But what if it screws up?
Oh.
Or what if it's only focused on making quick money, not, the long term?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We can't just trust these things blindly, especially with something like our finances.
Exactly. Transparency is key. We need to know what data it's using, how it's making decisions.
Like, what's going on under the hood?
Right, because if we don't understand how it's working, how can we trust it?
And what about security? If these agents have access to all our info, like our money, our travel plans, our work stuff,
Yeah.
doesn't that make us super vulnerable?
Security is a huge deal. I mean, as agents get more integrated into our lives,
Yeah.
hackers have more ways to attack.
Right.
We need, really strong security to keep our data safe.
So it's not just about the tech itself, but also about making sure it's secure.
It's about the whole system, the developers, the companies using it, the people using it.
Seems like there's a lot to think about, both the good and the bad.
There is. But I think it's good to be, cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
This tech could change everything,
Totally.
but we have to be careful about how we develop it and use it.
So what are some things we should focus on to make sure these agents are used, ethically and responsibly?
Well, like we said, transparency is number one.
Okay.
We got to understand how they work, what data they use, how they make decisions.
That sense.
It helps us spot any, bias or problems in the system.
Right, because if we don't know how it's working, we can't really trust it.
Exactly. And then there's accountability. If an agent messes up or causes harm, someone has to be responsible.
Yeah.
Is it the developer, the user, or even, the AI itself?
Wow, those are some tough questions. It's like uncharted territory, right?
It is, and that's why it's important to talk about it now.
Yeah.
While this tech is still new,
We can shape how it's developed.
we need to be proactive so that it benefits everyone.
So it's not just about the tech. It's about the values we build into it.
Exactly. We have to think about things like bias, discrimination, unintended consequences.
Right.
These agents should reflect our values and be used to make things better.
Sounds like a big challenge.
It is. But I think we can do it. We've done it before with other tech.
Yeah.
We've found ways to use it for good while minimizing the bad.
Okay.
We can do the same with AI agents.
It feels like this is something everyone needs to be part of, not just the tech people.
Absolutely. We all have a stake in this.
Yeah.
The future of AI isn't being decided in some lab somewhere.
Right.
It's being shaped right now by all of us.
Yeah, it is a lot to process for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the potential of these agents is huge, but
Okay.
we definitely have some big questions to answer as we go forward.
Yeah. One thing that I keep coming back to?
What's that?
Trust. Can we, actually trust these AI agents to do what's best for us? Can we trust them to, make the right decisions?
Especially when those decisions have real-world impact.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it goes beyond just trusting the tech itself.
Right.
It's also about the people and companies making and using them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We need to be talking about what values are built into these AI systems.
For sure.
Are they designed to be transparent and accountable?
Uh-huh.
Are they focused on being fair and safe?
Those are really important questions we can't just ignore.
No, we can't. And as users, we got to be aware of the risks.
Yeah.
We got to think critically about how we're actually using these agents.
Not just blindly accepting whatever they say or letting them make big choices without thinking about the consequences.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance.
Right.
We can enjoy the convenience and power they offer,
Yeah.
but without, giving up our own ability to think for ourselves.
It's not about us versus AI.
No.
It's about finding ways for us and AI to work together.
That's it. AI should empower us.
Yeah.
Help us do more, not replace us altogether.
It's like that human-in-the-loop idea we talked about earlier.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge as this tech keeps advancing.
Yeah.
The idea is to design AI that works with us, not against us.
Like the true partnership.
Right, combining our strength.
We bring the context, the ethical thinking, the big decisions.
Yeah.
AI handles the complex stuff, analyzing data, spotting patterns, automating tasks.
It's a powerful combo.
And as agents get more advanced, who knows what we'll be able to do.
Oh, I think we'll see some amazing things like personalized education.
Wow.
Healthcare tailored to you.
That would be incredible.
New scientific discoveries.
Yeah.
Even solutions for the environment.
So a pretty inspiring vision of the future. But even with all that potential, it's important to remember,
What's that?
AI is still just a tool. We decide how we use it. We decide what kind of future we create.
You're absolutely right. It's not set in stone. The future of AI is being shaped right now.
By us.
By us. The
Yeah.
choices we make, the conversations we have.
So to everyone listening, stay curious, stay informed,
Yeah,
and stay engaged in this
it
conversation.
matters.
The future of AI is everyone's responsibility.
That's right.
It's going to take all of us working together to make sure it's a future that benefits everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Catch